Welcome, everyone, to Houston, Texas, home to the Rice Owls, and we've been looking forward to this game all week long. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Western Michigan Broncos, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Western Michigan's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down.
All right, defense, you know coming into this game you're playing a fast quarterback. You know it's not going to be easy getting him on the ground. You got to start thinking about how you're pass rushing. You know, rushing right up the middle and allowing him to get outside, it's going to be a tough task.
And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
How about that defense in the backfield? Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield. They got the tackle for a loss.
3rd down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. Rides the back on the option, the give. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Broncos decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. So Rice's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And Jesse, they've got a running back they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football. Because if you come out here with your B game, he can run all over you.
And it's important for this offense, too, because they need to have balance on offense. They need the ground game to get going. He's capable. He's shown flashes. We just want to see it consistent.
Fighting off the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Offense set on 1st down. Push reverse. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6. The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Jackson. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Under fire. Just a hair too much on it from this. Sophomore quarterback. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. Snagged in the middle, it's Barnes.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Wide open spaces. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
To the air on 1st down. Scrambling away. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run the option. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jackson. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First play of the period, first down here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense.
On the fake, they snapped it to the up end. He's on the move. He's not even going to come close to the first down, and they'll turn it over. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Quarterback on the keeper. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Owls can really attack on this 2nd and short. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. He'll keep it himself. Picks up the first down. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. A little release to the back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Handoff to the lone back. Breaks into the open. Past the 30. Inside the... And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Owls. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Number 91 sets a kickoff.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Finally.
There he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. UTSA looked less like a pack of road runners and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in San Antonio, and today they found a way outside of the Alamo Dome. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Hand off from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Hits him in stride at the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this offense told us coming in. Challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Offside defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. Here's the handoff. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no. Daylight, he goes down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Finding an escape route. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is on its way. Touchdown, Broncos! Stealing a score on special teams. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he makes the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. Rice rushes to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Gives it on the option. They stop him again, and not only that, they've made this fourth down that much harder. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over.
Hits the afterburners. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
And I get why this offense is aggressive. They've been doing what they wanted, right? And they've built this huge lead, but they can't get careless. Like, don't make those mistakes that might get this defense back in the football game.
The offense changing the play. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Here's the pressure. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Houston. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me, too.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it. Made a quick tackle.
He lofts one down the sideline. He's got it on the right. Lots of room to run. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Taking on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Nevada. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the ground with the back. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Slips through the line. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking to take a shot. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. The defense finally came up with a play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Keeps it and gets the 1st down. They believe in this running game, and they take it all the way down to the 25 before he goes out of bounds.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
And the Broncos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Lets it go to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free.
I know that's offensive pass interference, but I actually think that's a very heads-up play because that ball might have got intercepted. That was an errant throw. The receiver knew it, and instead of allowing the defender to pick it off, he knew, hey, I got to create a penalty here and save my quarterback and bail him out.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Give to the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box.
It's a fake. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. It's ugly, but it worked. And I guess they thought they'd find the field goal block team napping. They were wide awake, and they come up with the stop. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Off-play action on 1st down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Rides to back and leaves it. Found a little space. He'll pick up 6 of the 14 as they have room to operate. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. The give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Broncos can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running back searching for a hole. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Miles. Finding open areas. Past the 1st down marker and still running. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He's inside the 40, the 20, 10. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Western Michigan, number 26 in the end zone.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he tacks on the extra point. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Coming out with it, it's Wiggins. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice takes over. The Owls ready to get that offense cooking again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And the Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Got it in the middle. It's Pierre. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Right there to... And that'll be a loss of 3. The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To throw, it's Harrell. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Washington. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Trying the run, it's Gilliam. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for space, it's Miles. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming. Right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Washington. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Gives it on the option. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll ride his man on the option. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. It's reverse. Breaks the tackle. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right.
There he goes. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
The Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Harrell. Got his man quickly. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Kick is in the air. He gets a block. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. On the move, it's Gilliam. Creates a little room. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row.